So I asked the question to Black people who are saying, I'm sitting this one out. What does sitting this one out mean? What does standing in mean if you were sitting it out before? And what are you doing now that you weren't doing before? And aside from the people who decided to apply offense to that and say things like, we don't owe you an explanation. If someone genuinely being curious about your meaning and your motives, who's also a part of your community, is considered offensive, if you find that offensive, that's actually a reflection of your own narcissism and insecurity. But, that's something that I hope you deal with. More importantly, is that there were a lot of people who actually gave legitimate answers, and it proved something that I had a nagging thought about, which is that majority of the people who responded saying they're sitting out are actually doing exactly what Black liberation folks have been doing. Yeah. That's what Black liberation folks been doing. So this language is dividing us when actually we're more together than we ever have been. I know for me, that language feels like it's attached to voting for Kamala Harris, which is like the most basic thing you could do. So then if that's where your bar is and you say I'm sitting it out, then I read that as like, I'm going to do even less than the one basic thing I did. But with further inquiry, which is why communication is so necessary, with further inquiry, it's actually revealing from the answers I've gotten so far that what folks are really talking about is doing what Black people have needed to do. And their version of sitting out is actually them leaning more in to liberation than they ever have before. So even though people are going to be mad and hate and come up with their own versions of, why I asked my question for understanding, because that is how I exist, because I don't think I know everything. So I said, let me stop assuming the meaning of this and let me actually get to the real core. And the real core produced real dope results. I like what I'm seeing and hearing.